How you doing? Yendor here. This is gonna be your explanation for the effect that you won winning my first contest. So, congratulations for winning, and don't be afraid to enter any of my other contests that I may have in the future. The trick you wanted to know was card to Spectators pocket, which is an amazing effect. You'll get great reactions out of this because you see the method of actually getting the card into their pocket happens a long time before you actually do the effect, and you'll understand that a little bit more when we actually get into the actual effect here, the explanation of the actual effect. But it's really interesting how you can actually do this and how this works, and I've done it before. Something I kind of came up with on my own. I just was thinking of, I've seen other magicians do effect where they've gotten cards into spectators' pockets and wallets and things like that, and they've, revealed it like that. And I always wondered, well, how's that possible? How could you get that there without having someone to be in on the effect that knows the cards in their pocket to begin with? And I've worked out a method that I've used many times, and it has worked, and it gets me great reactions. So let me stop talking about it, and let's just get into the explanation of this effect. This is card to Spectators pocket. Right, so first of all, I'm just going to talk to you about what you're going to need. You're going to need obviously a deck of cards. I'm using a blue deck of bicycle playing cards right now. You're going to need to know actually two effects to achieve this. The first effect is probably going to be, what I like to do is do it as an opening effect. This is my first effect, and this is going to allow us to actually get the card into the spectator's wallet. Okay, and I don't have a box for these cards that got ruined, so I have my silver cards here, which still have a nice box to them, and I'm just going to use this box because the box is needed to actually achieve this first effect and actually get the card in their pocket. And this will help us differentiate which card is which. Like we use the silver card as our double card. So what I'm going to do here is just and I like to use a high value like face card as the card that I'm going to have revealed in their pocket. So I'm just going to use like the Jack of Diamonds. So let's get that out here. There it is, Jack of Diamonds. We'll set the rest of the silver cards aside. We don't need those. And when you do this, when you actually perform this to a spectator, this card has to, the face and the back of the card need to match the card for the deck that you're using for the first effect. So, or for when you actually perform the card to their pocket effect. So let's see if I even have a Jack of Diamonds in this deck. No, I don't. Okay, we'll go with the Jack of Clubs. There it is. Okay. Alright. So, what we do, I'll just have Jack of Clubs is going to be the card that we're going to get into their pocket in this first effect, and then we'll actually get into the other effect of actually getting it to the pocket. You're going to need one effect. This first effect is just kind of a way to start into the magic, show what you can do without kind of really getting the spectator too involved, without using too much. Okay, so we start out, we just have that card that's actually going to be put in their pocket. You're actually going to put the card in their pocket during your first effect, and you're going to wait like 10-15 more tricks and then actually do the card to pocket. So by that time they forgot you even touched their pockets, you were anywhere near their pockets, and it really creates an interesting effect here. So what you're going to do, start out with the deck, normal deck, just looks normal, fan them out, anything like that. And remember, this card's actually going to be matching this. It's going to be blue back, it's going to be this card. You're not going to have a different card. This is just for explanation, to help you see where the card is in explanation. Okay, so in this effect, what you'll do is I start out with the card that's going to be the card to wallet pocket, or card to pocket card is going to be on the bottom. Okay, and they don't know anything about the card to pocket effect, so they're not even looking for this card. So if they even see it, it's not going to mean anything to them at all. So I start with on the bottom, then I'll have them select a card. You can do it many ways. You could, if you have a table, you can fan them out and say select a card like that. Most of the time people are going to go for the middle card. They're not going to pick a bottom card, so you don't have to be worried that they pick that card. So just fan them out. And I always start out with the card removed from the pack and just have my duplicate on the bottom, or I'll have my duplicate in my pocket and just use the one from this pack on the bottom, so that I know they're not gonna, I don't have it in here, so that if I fan them out and then they pick my duplicate card, then I can't do the effect. So I always keep one of the cards in my pocket ready to go for when I need it later on. So for this first effect, it's just gonna make a card, their card, end up on top where the card's in the box and it's in their pocket. Okay, it's just a way to get the cards to their pocket and get this card actually in their pocket. Okay, without them realizing it. So what I do is I have them select the card. So let's say this one, doesn't matter which card is selected. This is 100% an impromptu effect, so you're getting 2 effects for 1 actually in this one. So they select the card. In this case, it ends up being the 7 of diamonds. What you need to do is have that card put back and controlled to the top without moving that card from the bottom. So the way I do that is I'll cut it, and I'll actually use a swing cut when I do it. So I'll swing cut and I'll say put your card back in the pack, and when they put their card here, I'm putting this here, I'm just going to catch a break, a thumb break, and do a double undercut. So let me just show you what that is. If you can see that thumb break there, all I do a double undercut is you're going to cut half of what's under that thumb break to the top, and you're going to cut the other half to the top, giving you 2 undercuts, a double undercut, and that just puts their selection on top and leaves the card for later on, the force card on bottom. Okay, so one more time, they selected that card, you just swing cut, say okay, go ahead and put your card back in, they put it back in, keep a thumb break, and then you do a double undercut, which looks like that performance, and now their card's on top and the force card's on bottom. Okay, and you're ready to go from there. So you do the double undercut, get their card back to the top. Now they don't know their card's on top, they think it's just mixed up. You can even do a couple false shuffles like this if you want. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Now that that's done, you go right into the box. Okay, you don't want to take too much time with the deck, because you want them to believe that you didn't even touch the deck when it gets to the end. So you're going to put the cards into the case. Now when you put them in the case, you're actually going to need to keep this one outside of the case. So here's how I do that. I'm going to hold the case this way, so that, or hold the cards this way so that they see the backs of the cards, and the flap is towards them. Okay, like that. So it's this way, and so that when I put them in, I pull the flap back, pull down the sides, and I'm putting them in. All I'm doing is letting that card slip over the outside. So I actually have a small break over it. So I have right here, I have a small break that I kind of just peel up with my thumb on it, and it doesn't mean anything really to them, because it has nothing to do with the ending of this effect. So I kind of just peel up with it and hold it with my thumb. If you can see that there. Okay, so it's peeled up, just held with my thumb and small finger. Pull this back. Almost ready. And I do it towards them, so I'm holding it towards them and I'm sliding this in. There's other methods to get it on the bottom of the case, on outside the case. So if you don't prefer this method, you can go with any method that you know. So I just slide them in like that, and I'm closing the case. And of course, you got some angle issues here too with that, because you don't want them to see that card on the outside of the case. So it's not very hard. I mean, if you're standing up doing this in a performance setting, you can have the case against your chest more, and it'll really tighten your angles up, and you won't have a lot of areas where you might be flashing. So there it is on the bottom. So let me do that one more time. I'm going to do it in performance speed. Okay, so they've selected a card there. cut the pack. So go ahead and place your card back into the pack, and I'm just going to mix the cards up a little bit, just like that, and I'm going to place them back into the card case like this. Okay, and I kind of messed up that time. I actually put it under the cellophane. So you want to make sure the cellophane's off the box so that you don't end up putting it under the cellophane. But and then just close the box up, and from this point you're ready to go. Just make sure you can hold it from the top, just squeeze it a little bit and you'll squeeze that card. Just make sure you don't squeeze, you don't flash that card is on the bottom. Okay, so all you have to do is go to their pocket. I like to find someone that's wearing a jacket or somewhere that I can get through two pockets here. So if they have a suit jacket on, like a blazer or something on, or they have a shirt with one of them pockets on it, that's a good way to go. 'Cause you need two pockets. You need one pocket to ditch the card in, another pocket to put the deck in so that they can reach in and pull the deck back out. So it seems like you never touch their pockets. You were never nowhere near their pockets. And if you put that in the pocket with the card there, they're bound to reach in, pull the deck out, and feel that there's another card in their pocket. So you don't want that to happen. So you need two pockets. So what I'll do is I'll come to someone, and if they're wearing a suit jacket, I'll go say, let's take this, and I'm just hiding it with my hand. I'm saying, let's see, you got an inside pocket? No. Open up their jacket. I'll slide the deck into their inside jacket pocket, and I'll say, then I'll say something like, oh, you know what, actually, let's put somewhere where it's more readily available, and I'll just leave that jack of clubs or whatever the force card is going to be. I'll leave it in their pocket, and I'll pull it out and say, you know what, actually, let's put it in a different pocket. Let's put it in your side pocket, and I'll drop it in their side pocket, and then I'll go in with the rest of the effect, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. But let's say they're not wearing a jacket. You don't have anyone there with a suit jacket on. You really want to do this card to pocket thing, so look for someone that's wearing a shirt that has a pocket, like a breast pocket on it. If you find someone like that, a good way to go is to take the deck and hold it here and go, here, let's slide it in, slide it into your pocket here in your shirt, and you put it in there and you go, no, actually, let's not do that. That's too obvious. Let's and you pull it out, leaving that card in there, and say, no, that's too obvious. Let's here, go ahead and put it in your jeans pocket or something like that. And if you don't have anyone with either of those two, you can go into one pocket and say, let's see here, go ahead and give me name one, right or left. That's a way to do it. And say, so you'll say something like, name right or left, say one, and it makes it like you're doing a magician's choice thing or a equivoque type thing. And they'll say, like, if they say right, you go with the opposite. Whatever they say, you just go with the opposite one. If they say right, you go, okay, and you go to put it in their left pocket, and you put the deck in there, and you leave the card, and you go, oh, wait, I'm sorry, not my right, you're right, I'm sorry, and you put it in their right hand pocket. So it looks like it was a normal mistake, you go right, and you go to their left pocket. So they say right, and you go to their left, your right side. And you go in their left pocket, drop the card, and you say, oh no, wait, I'm sorry, you said right, that's your right pocket. Let's, or I'll take it out and say, actually, I'm sorry, you said right, here, go ahead and put it in your right hand pocket, and then I can hand them the deck, and they can put it in their pocket. And then I just use a little bit of time misdirection by talking about what just happened and everything through the facts, so that they forget that I ever even touched the deck at all. So I say something like, I'll start to say, let's recap what happened here, okay? I took out a deck of cards that was shuffled. I had you select a card. The card was put back in the deck. Cards were mixed again. The cards were then placed inside the box, and the box was placed in your pocket. That's fair to say. So there I'm saying that I didn't say anything about I placed the cards in your pocket or I placed them in the box. They say the cards were placed into the box. The cards were shuffled, not I shuffled them. Didn't say who shuffled them. It just leads them in the way of believing that they shuffled them and they put the cards back in the box and they put the cards in their pocket. So just a little subtlety on that you want to go through. So now that you've done that, all you have to do is, now I say to them, I want you to think of that card that you selected. I want you to actually see it in the case, inside your pocket. I want you to see that card rising through the packet, right on the top, and see it on the top of the deck. Now, I tell them, I ask them if they've seen that, and they're like, yeah, I've seen that, you know. Then I have them reach into their pocket, remove the deck from their pocket, the case,